In the vast, silent expanse of the Saudi desert, a structure is taking shape. A structure so ambitious, so massive that it defies belief. This is the Line, 170 kilometers long, 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide. A city without cars, without streets, without pollution. A city built for 10 million people. And it's part of Saudi Arabia's greatest gamble yet, a $1.5 trillion bet on the future of humanity and on their own survival. In this video, we'll uncover the staggering scale of the Line, the human cost hidden beneath the sand, and the reason why Saudi Arabia is racing against time to build this city of the future. As you watch this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Could a city like the Line truly work? Drop a comment below as we explore this incredible gamble. Why build this? The race against time. For decades, oil has been Saudi Arabia's lifeblood, black gold that transformed a desert kingdom into one of the richest nations on earth. Oil paid for skyscrapers, highways, universities. Oil gave the kingdom power on the world stage. But the world is changing fast. Climate change, technological innovation, and the rise of renewable energy are threatening oil's dominance. The International Energy Agency predicts that the world could hit peak oil demand as early as 2030. After that, demand will fall permanently. For Saudi Arabia, that's an existential threat. Oil accounts for more than half of their GDP. When oil declines, so could their economy, their influence, their future. That's why they're betting everything on Neom, a massive $500 billion megazone that includes the Line. But the Line isn't just a city, it's Saudi Arabia's attempt to reinvent itself, to transform from an oil state into a leader in technology, tourism, manufacturing, and renewable energy. The scale of what's happening in the desert is almost impossible to describe. Everywhere you look, there are trucks, dump trucks, cargo trucks, trucks carrying excavators, trucks carrying other trucks. There are so many vehicles that the newly built roads, many of which don't even show up on Google Maps yet, seem to exist purely to move machines. They're moving so much earth that, to an outsider, it looks like they're building mountains. The desert is being reshaped one truckload at a time. And the budget? What started as a $500 billion project has ballooned to over $1.5 trillion. To put that in perspective, the Panama Canal cost around $9 billion in today's money. The Line could end up costing more than 150 Panama Canals. But beneath this astonishing vision lies a far more human story, one that doesn't feature in Saudi Arabia's glossy promotional videos. The land where the Line is being built is not empty. It is home, or was home, to thousands of people. Entire villages like Magna have been demolished to make way for Neom's resorts and communities. The government has offered compensation to those displaced. Some have accepted, others have resisted. Among those who resisted was Abdul Rahim al-Huwaiti, a member of the Huwaitat tribe. When authorities tried to evict him, he posted videos online accusing the government of stealing his land. Days later, he was killed in a shootout with security forces. The official story labeled him a terrorist. His family and human rights groups dispute that, saying he was targeted for speaking out. At least 47 other villagers were detained on terrorism-related charges. 5 are now reportedly on death row. The Line is the headline grabber, but Neom is much bigger. It's not just a city. It's an entire region of futuristic mega projects, each with its own mind-bending vision. Imagine an industrial hub, shaped like an octagon, with half of it floating on the Red Sea. This is Oxagon, designed to be the world's largest floating structure. Oxagon will blend automated ports, robotics-driven factories, and research centers into a city that hums with high-tech manufacturing and clean energy production. Neom claims it will be powered entirely by renewables, with hydrogen a key focus. It's envisioned as the beating heart of Saudi Arabia's transition to a post-oil economy, a place where goods are made, shipped, and innovated at lightning speed. Then there's Sindalah, Neom's answer to Dubai's Palm Islands, a luxury island resort designed for the super rich. It promises marinas for mega yachts, designer shops, private beaches, and fine dining, all overlooking the pristine blue of the Red Sea. Sindalah is close to completion, reportedly 99% finished, and could open within months. Perhaps the most surreal of all, Trojena, a mountain destination where Saudi Arabia plans to create ski slopes. Yes, ski slopes, using artificial snow. There'll be man-made lakes, mountain biking trails, wellness retreats, and adventure sports. Trojena is set near a mountain believed by many to be where Moses received the Ten Commandments, layering spiritual history with futuristic ambition. Neom is meant to be more than a group of cities. It's a reimagining of how humanity could live. Clean, connected, tech-driven, yet a sci-fi dream made real, but the scale of the ambition matches the risk. Billions of dollars, millions of people, and no guarantee of success. So, what's really happening out there in the Saudi desert? Is the line just a sci-fi dream on paper, or is it actually being built? Let's take a look at the real progress of the line as of 2025 and what that means for when this city of the future might actually be finished. In 2025, the line is no longer just a concept. Massive construction is underway. Excavation crews have carved a deep trench, a concrete foundation that runs straight through the desert. Tens of thousands of piles are being driven into the earth, and along one stretch, they've begun shaping what's called the Hidden Marina, a futuristic harbor that will integrate right into the line's mirrored walls. This marina area is the first section targeted for completion. It's planned to stretch about 1.5 miles, or 2.4 kilometers, and house around 200,000 residents by 2030. Think of it as the seed of this mega city, combining homes, shops, schools, and hotels in a compact futuristic package. Here's where it gets interesting. Saudi Arabia's original vision aimed for a huge portion of the line to be ready by 2030. But today, they're focusing on completing just a central 5-kilometer section by then. Officially, the target for the full 170 kilometers remains 2045. But some reports suggest the timeline could stretch much longer, possibly into the 2070 or beyond, depending on financing and technical challenges. So why the shift? Costs have soared. What started as a $500 billion project has already consumed more than $50 billion, and internal reports suggest it could cost as much as $8 trillion to finish. Saudi officials dispute those numbers, but one thing's clear. Delivering a city like this is proving to be far harder and far more expensive than even its creators expected. Saudi Arabia is pitching this to the world. The Hollywood-style promotional videos, the futuristic renders, they're all part of a strategy to attract foreign investors, to attract workers, to convince families to move to the desert and call this new world home. And they have to, because even $1.5 trillion of oil money won't be enough to build all of this without outside support. Skeptics say it's a vanity project, an impossible dream that will collapse under its own weight. Others argue that even if the line is only partially built, it could still spark innovation and redefine urban living. Saudi Arabia stands at a crossroads. The oil that made it rich will not last forever. The line is its boldest move yet, a city designed to show the world that Saudi Arabia can lead in a post-oil era. But as the desert transforms, questions remain. What will be lost? What will be gained? And can this vision, born of necessity, truly reshape the future? The line is more than a city. It's a test of technology, of politics, of human ambition. Will it change the world, or will it vanish like a mirage, leaving behind only sand? Tell me what you think in the comments. Is the line the future or a fantasy? And if you want more deep dives into the world's most ambitious projects, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.